Picture this. You open the banking app on your phone, maybe for the third time today, and there it is, the number you've been waiting for, $10,000. For the first time in your life, you hit that five-figure milestone. What's the first thing you feel? Is it a rush of pure joy, that feeling of, I made it? Or is it something else, a gut-wrenching anxiety, a nagging thought in the back of your mind? What if I lose it all? And that is exactly what this video is all about. $10,000, it's not just a number. It's a psychological threshold, a milestone that can reprogram the entire way your brain operates when it comes to money. And if you don't understand this profound shift, you might accidentally make some incredibly costly mistakes. Because remember, this isn't the finish line. This is just the starting line. A starting line for a brand new race with a completely different set of rules. So why does this happen? Why does reaching a financial goal you've worked so hard for feel so unsettling? The answer lies in an invisible shift in your perception. Think about it this way. Before, when you only had a few hundred or maybe $1,000 or $2,000, money felt like a flow. It came in and it went out. Paycheck in, bills out. It was simply a transaction. But $10,000? That's no longer a flow. It has become a stock, a tangible thing, something you are now holding. And in that exact moment, your role changes. You have shifted from being a money earner to being a money haver. And these are two entirely different psychological states. Your brain, which was used to managing flows, is now confused by this static block of wealth. Its default defense mechanism kicks in. And that mechanism is anxiety, the anxiety of having to protect it. On top of that, you're now stuck in a place called the middle zone. You're no longer broke, but you certainly aren't rich. You have just enough money to feel like you have something to lose, but not enough to feel truly secure. And this feeling of being suspended in uncertainty is the fertile ground where anxiety grows. It is the very source of the pressure you're feeling right now. But beyond the psychology, there's a mathematical secret hidden inside that $10,000 figure, a secret that most people miss entirely. For the first time in your life, the system can finally start working for you instead of against you. Let's do the math. Put that $10,000 in a high-yield savings account. Right now, you could earn about 4.5% per year. That's $450, or $37 a month. Now you might be thinking, $37, that's nothing, that's a couple of burritos. But you're missing the point. It's not about the $37, it's about what it represents. This is money you earned without trading a single second of your time. Your money just made more money. This is the birth of your passive income. But this is where it gets truly mind-blowing. This is the magic of compound interest. Let's say you invest that $10,000 just one time. You put it in a simple index fund and don't touch it. In 30 years, that $10,000 becomes $174,000. But it gets even crazier. What if you keep that $10,000 invested and just add $200 a month? That's like skipping one weekend of going out. In 30 years, you will have over $470,000. The difference between acting and not acting is nearly $500,000 waiting for you in the future. This is the moment you stop just surviving and you start building. This is the starting line for creating real wealth. Now, this is where you stand at a fork in the road, because at this exact moment, three major traps appear, and falling into any one of them can keep you stuck forever. The first and most common trap is fear. That $10,000 feels so real, so important, that the thought of losing it is paralyzing. The fear whispers in your ear, what if the market crashes? What if I need this money? What if I make the wrong choice? So you do nothing. You leave it in a safe savings account. But here is the brutal truth. That fear isn't protecting you, it's costing you. Inflation is a silent fire, slowly eating your money alive. The safety of cash is an illusion. Over time, the risk of not investing is actually far greater than the risk of investing. Then there's the second trap, lifestyle inflation. You hit $10,000, and for the first time, you feel rich. You feel like you deserve a reward. So you think, I've been so disciplined, I deserve that new car. Or, I need a nicer apartment. But you're forgetting the most important rule of wealth. Every dollar you spend today is not just a dollar. It is all the future dollars that it could have become. That $5,000 down payment on a car isn't just $5,000. It's the $87,000 it could have been in 30 years. And finally, there's the most subtle trap of all, the comparison trap. When you were broke, you were in survival mode. You weren't comparing yourself to anyone. But now, at $10,000, you start looking up. You see your friend on Instagram buying a house. You see influencers talking about having 6 figures, and suddenly your $10,000 feels like nothing. You feel like you're behind. But here's what you don't see: the debt, the crushing car payments, the carefully curated image. You have no idea what other people's financial reality truly is. The only way to win the game of comparison is to stop playing it entirely. So, how do you avoid these traps? How do you cross this middle zone of anxiety and move towards true financial freedom? The answer isn't about what you do with all of the money at once, it's about how you segment it. To move from a money haver to a wealth builder, you need to apply the rule of the 3 mental buckets. Bucket 1, the peace of mind, an emergency fund. Take a portion, perhaps $3,000 to $5,000, and put it in a high-yield savings account. This is your never-touch money. It's not there to make you rich, it's there to buy back your sanity. When this bucket is full, the fear of losing it all evaporates because you know you have a safety net. Bucket 2, the growth engine, long-term investment. This is where you let the remaining money go to work. Don't try to find the next meme stock. Put it into diversified index funds. This is where you turn that $10,000 seed into the $470,000 harvest we talked about. Bucket 3, the skill accelerator, self-investment. Use a small fraction to invest in the greatest asset you will ever own, yourself. Buy the course, attend the seminar, or get the certification that increases your earning power. The best way to protect $10,000 is to gain the skills to earn $100,000. But beyond the math, the most important shift is internal. You have to change your financial identity. If you still see yourself as someone who is trying to save money, you will always feel deprived. But if you start seeing yourself as an investor, your entire decision-making process changes. A saver looks at a luxury item and asks, "Can I afford this?" An investor looks at that same item and asks, "Is this worth 5 years of my future freedom?" $10,000 is proof. It's proof that you have discipline. It's proof that you can delay gratification. That is a superpower that most people will never master. You aren't just holding money, you are holding potential energy. Don't let this 5-figure milestone be your ceiling. Don't let the anxiety paralyze you. Take a deep breath. Look at that number on your screen and smile. Not because you've reached the end, but because you've beaten the hardest part. You've proven you can escape the gravity of being broke. The door to the rat race has been unlocked. Behind it lies a world where money works for you rather than you being a slave to it. You finished the warm-up. Now it's time to actually run.